Okay, so I managed to get something working here for an automatic melon farm here on Minecraft Beta 1.8.1. Actually uses a piston feed tape here so that we don't have the pumpkins ejecting on every single revolution here, but as you'll see here in a moment, yeah, farmland when it's moved does not turn into regular land. Now, if you do it over something like this here, I'm going to show you. Go ahead and put a pumpkin down. Actually, we don't even have to put the pumpkin down. I'm just going to use a... why not? Let's just go ahead and use a lever and a... doesn't really matter. You can see it erases the farmland, turns it right back into regular dirt. But moving it from the top doesn't. So what'll happen is you just get into the minecart. Right now I just have the minecart in a chest to kind of make things a little easier here, and you can always stop it using the little lever here. Oh, didn't want to do that. Okay, so we want to grab ourselves a minecart. And then all you can do is aim here. Oh. And it's going to take a little bit of getting used to because the right click right now it will eject you from the minecart. If you're not careful about where you're aiming at. So there we go. And then you just sit there basically like an AFK fish farm. And then once the pumpkins have grown to a certain point, oh, I might have accidentally hit that. And I guess it works backwards too, but not quite as efficiently because the corner there, you can see it kind of slows down a little bit there. Yeah, I might want to try and go for something other than levers here, unless you want to go ahead and bury the levers. That'll work as well, but yeah, it could still use a little bit of help there. As far as the actual wiring here goes, basically just have a row of torches here with some repeaters running into them, so that while they're powered, they'll be turned off there. So we're inverting those torches there, and we're just basically carrying the signal here from this torch here to turn off the line, which will turn on the pistons there to make them pop up there. The piston feed tape, you can see the signal does not run through the glass. However, if I go ahead and turn this into stone, and then back into glass, you can see it ejected the pumpkins. The only ones that we had to worry about were the ones that had the pumpkins on them. So as we're going across, so it's a fairly efficient design as far as being able to AFK. There's a bug that'll carry on into, I think, 1.2, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Where basically, if you're holding an item and doing an action, if you go into your menu and escape, there's supposed to be a way to keep performing the action here, but doing it that way. Yeah, I'm not sure how to exactly perform it. I'm going to have to check on that. But supposedly the bug is currently in here so we can actually do other things. But if not, you know, you can always just remap your key, you know, go through your options, controls, and then change the use item to a different button. Usually I go for numpad 0 because it's the easiest one to set a weight on. But yeah, that's how I get the pistons there to go up. As far as the piston feed tape, it's fairly simple. We just have an empty block here and an empty block down here, and the array here will basically, the first thing to go is the two pistons here. One to push that up, two to push that up. You can see these are both on the same delay here because there is no delay, and then the once they move up here, so basically this will get pushed up here, and then this will get pushed down to here. Once that has happened, the two pistons here that each have two repeaters attached to them will go ahead and send them off that way. So go one, so that'll push that way, and then this one will go ahead and push it this way. So that'll be empty once it's done because it'll push it that way. I could show you that right here. I got a little button here to show you exactly how that works. Fairly easy. This is just a torch tower to go ahead and unpower, or go ahead and power this. The torches have a slight delay to them, so we don't have the same exact amount of delay on the repeaters. You can see these ones are both set to 4 ticks, but we have a total of 5 ticks here because the redstone ticks on these are actually about half a redstone tick, which equates to I think 2 in-game ticks. It gets a little complicated, but basically for every 2 of these, you want to go ahead and take 1 off the repeaters. If you guys want a full tutorial on how to make each of the components for this, I can go ahead and do that, but otherwise, I mean, this is fairly simple, at least as far as I'm concerned. It did take me a while to figure out exactly how to go ahead and do this, but yeah, once you actually figure it all out there, the concept's actually not that hard. Like I said, it's still got a little bit of things that I would rather fix here, like right there, moving these levers down here to make things a little easier there and prevent the levers from being activated, which would stop the whole thing, or deactivate, I should say, to stop the whole thing. Hitboxes are a little weird on there because while you're in the cart, I guess you can accidentally hit it, as you can see, but otherwise, yeah, like I said, it's good to go. You know, follow me for more content. We can't do that there, can we? But we can go ahead and stick that on the outside. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fiddle with this a little more here. If you guys have any questions, concerns, you know, let me know what else you guys want to see. Right now, up until full release 1.2, pumpkins and melons are both required to have farmland. That's why we're doing it this way. Once 1.2 comes out, we won't have to do the whole farm tilling thing to be able to get the pumpkins and the melons to grow there. But yeah, I wonder if anyone's actually done this before in 1.8 or beta 1.8. there's no such thing as hoppers, so you still have to rely on this for collection purposes as well. There's a lot of redstone that you don't have in this version. It's not until the next version even that they're getting enchantments and stuff, so you can't silk touch or anything like that either. There's going to be no enchantments for bows for a while. I feel like I'm kind of rambling here, but yeah, it's not as complicated as it looks. I think it just looks more complicated because I do have this design here that does work to a point. I'll show you how this works as well. It's quite simple, just a repeater running into an air block with the redstone right here and a piston right there. So anytime that it does grow, you can see it just pops right off. This will be great in a little bit here. Once 1.2 hits, that's when we can move on to this design here. So I'll go ahead and save that for later. But you can always use that later as well. Kind of save this video. I'll keep that in mind. This has been Ace McCrank, and peace out.